first film I'm going to mention is a film called Skinamarink. In this film, two children wake up in the middle of the night to find their parents gone, and the doors and windows to the house that they live in have vanished. It's a bit of an entity that's actually in the house with them, but I really appreciate the film for what it did because it was an interesting concept. At the same time, I think that I might have wasted an hour and 40 minutes of my life by going to the theater and watching this film. It wasn't much of a narrative other than the kids wandering around the house. I could feel what they were trying to do. They were trying to do something like, like not really found footage. Well, goodness, it's just hard to talk about. It was no narrative at all, and it's just the kids are running around. It was a couple parts that were kind of eerie. It felt like a dream type that type of a dream that I had before. But overall, I just think it was a bit of a waste of time. I've been hearing two different things from people that people actually loved it and thought it was revolutionary, and people that just think it was boring. So I'm kind of midway. I really appreciate it for what it is, but at the same time, I think I wasted an hour and 40 minutes of my life.
Yeah, dude, I wasted about 30 minutes because I didn't finish it. I saw what was happening, and I'm just like, I can't do it. Like it's like you said, there's no narrative other than what we got from the setup. I told you the point that I cut it off, and I was like. And I did what was recommended of me. I cut all the lights off. It was dark in here, and I was just like, man, I was bored out of my mind, man. And I totally get what they were going for, man. The way this thing is shot in film, it's almost like you're waking up in the middle of the night with barely any light in your room. So a lot of the shots, you're just looking at things, and your
trying to figure out
doing
things.
tricks where. It looks like shapes are there, things are moving, and it feels like an experiment. Like this feels like something that someone would have uploaded to YouTube and told you to turn your room real dark, put your headphones on, turn them up real loud, and watch this. And that would have been maybe a solid 10-minute experience that probably could have been something cool, but to stretch this thing out for an hour and 40 minutes, it was just like, man, dude, that's not it. And I think this is a film. I think I saw what was that? Like a Canadian film thing attached to this. So I know in some countries that are better than us and they fund the arts. So I feel like, man, they might have got the grant to make this movie and just partied it away with that money and had to turn in something. And this was it. This was it.
It was pretty much made for around $15,000, I think.
Too much. This looked like $50,000 to you. I know we was asking this. That was there $200 million on the screen for Black Adam? Does this look like $50,000? This doesn't look like $50,000. I feel like I could film this in my house tonight if I wanted to.
Yeah,
if I had like a niece and nephew, it just was like, yo. I could film this tonight, man.
I just really thought it was just real. I just thought it was real pretentious. It was a bit annoying in parts of it. Most of it, you're just actually hearing the kids move around in the house. You never really get like you said, you don't really know what kind of point of view you're looking at. You're just like witnessing it, like you're in a dark room. And
it's weird too because there are points where they're in touch with other people, and for some reason you don't get to hear them. They're showed as represented as subtitles, and then you hear the kids. Like there are some weird decisions with this, man. Because like I think what you were saying before, I think if we got at least an intro before it got to this state, because we just the parents disappear and the kids are in the house and with no rooms, no windows, no doors. So maybe show us the parents from looking regular and then going to this, like, I don't know, dude. It bugged me out, man. And I think I never recovered from how they set it up,
Yeah, yeah.
Because by the time it gets moving, which is a bit into the film, man, I would say 25 minutes before
I
what
really
we
don't think
hear
it
in
got.
the
It didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Hour and
yeah,
40 minutes. It didn't feel like it got moving at all.
yeah, but
It's
25 minutes in, what's described in the synopsis hasn't happened yet, and I'm just staring around like, so, yeah, I don't know, man.
like I was open to what the movie, what I was presenting and everything, because I go in there with open mind. But after I got home, I was like, I made a special trip for this.
There is there is a moment where I can see where some people are feeling it, where like it can't creep you out. It's not scary in that way, but it makes you have these eerie, weird feelings at moments if you really, let yourself go with that. And it gave me a little bit of that, but then after I was like, this is it though. This is as good as it's gonna get. It's not really it's not doing anything different. I'm gonna see probably a couple of images here and there, but it wasn't worth that for me, Like whatever it was doing, it wasn't worth that, I want to see, I want to see performances, I want to see a plot, I want to see a story told. Like this was just like weird. It's just weird.
And I say it was no narrative. I can understand if this stuff was just happening in a room, because you pretty much, when you're watching a film, you are like outside looking in. But like here, it was like I might have been like sitting on the side of the couch while I was like calling myself watching like a TV show. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It wasn't, and then it's a bunch of scenes where you just seeing like a close up of Legos.
Like
I was
weird,
while stuff
weird
was happening.
Angles and like give me that weird angles, and it was goofy, man. Like put it this way, man. It's something like Takeshi Miike's Gozu, which is a really wild, bizarre film. At least my screen is being filled with images. There's dialogue. There's at least some cool makeup effects. And as bizarre and as wacky as that movie is, where I still don't really know the point of it, but watching that, at least it was giving me filmy stuff to watch. This was just like, I don't know, it just felt like an experiment. It felt like something you would walk into a room that's in like a local art exhibit, just a weird audio visual piece, and I don't think, honestly, I think that's where this thing fails, man. It probably would have worked better as something weird, wacky art installation than them to try to put this as a film,
Yeah, but you did that. You'll be in trouble for child abuse for putting two kids in like a exhibit.
I'm not saying do that, but play this thing on a loop in a dark room in an exhibit like that. Maybe you got your paintings out here, and then there's a small room you walk past and walk through, and this thing is playing in the back on the screen, and you can stop there and look at it for a few minutes if you want, and then you go on. Like that's about as much time as I think this thing is worth, and we spent too much time talking about it. So what do you got next?